invite you to take this journey with us. Tune into yourself. Tune into your heart.
Hey everybody. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So I tuned in for a moment. I don't know if you can see that. I created a spread. I haven't done tarot in a really long time. I just tune in with myself usually and I get what I need. But I felt the propensity to, to tune in with everybody and to tune in. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up or something so that I know that you guys can hear me. So I had these in my room and I haven't drawn upon them in a long time. They're the Wild Unknown Tarot. And this one fell out of the deck. The King of Cups, the Father of Cups, the Swan, the Black Swan, nonetheless, right? What I consider that we are going through right now is definitely a Black Swan event of some kind. Cups always represent the emotions. This comes with it, right? Cups represent the emotions. They're ruled by water. The quality of relationships and connections to other people. They speak of love and friendship and everything in between. Interactions with each other is what I'm feeling personally about this as the center point of this reading. Now, I am not a tarot reader, but I am magic. So I believe that there is magic in everything and everyone. I believe that source energy is magic and that we have the ability to tap into source at any given moment, at any time. I took Facebook off my phone over 2 weeks ago and I have not replaced it. I don't feel the propensity to be on Facebook anymore. I've been censored by Facebook and YouTube recently, and I'm not willing to continue that. I was censored in the past a lot, but not recently, and so I've decided to switch platforms and take myself out of the grid of anything that would be censoring my freedom of speech. I feel that it's highly important and crucial that we have the ability to speak our truth in every given moment, as we are sovereign individuals and no one can take our freedoms from us. Having said that, this particular spread is my own spread that I've come up with. This is not based on any specific crossbred or anything from tarot itself. I feel like the element of fire right now is very important to burn away any dross, any frequencies that burning fire, dragon, fire energy that is frustration and anger. So I'm just balancing that with the Palo Santo, the holy wood, and the fire. The root of the situation. Father of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Pentacles, represent worldly possessions and money, ruled by the earth element, and issues of homes, careers. It also reflects generosity and greed. That's kind of crucial here. Because I feel like we're at a tipping point of that. We're at a crossroads of understanding our own propensity to be generous and our own greed, our life conveniences, our survival issues, right? And our security, and how we feel about all of those things, So we have our emotions ruled by water and how we are dealing with these issues, right? This is at the center of it. Whereas the root of it is really our possessions, our worldly benefits, the things that make us move through the world, our money. It's all being fucked with right now. And I want to say that there are many levels to that, because it doesn't have to be that we are being fucked with and that we are victims, but rather that it's change and that we are in a place of coming to know ourselves from our emotional standpoint in relation to those things, in relation to our security and our homes and our possessions and our survival. And we're being asked to process in a way that we haven't, or most people haven't, up until this point. So it's really important for us to be still and to allow our process, our emotional process, to come through, to reveal itself to us in a way that serves us, right? So that we can really see what's going on, because we don't really know what's going to happen. So normally I would wait to do this, but I'm feeling like I wanted to go up to the top here. What's the overall precedent of the situation? And we got the Tower. The Tower, is falling. It's cracking. It's, the tree is cracking. Nature is being hit by lightning. It's collapsing. The tower, the structure, the foundation of our society is collapsing. Is that a good thing? Yeah, it is. It's super good. It's really good. There's a lot of good about this change, about this transition that we're in, because it allows the restructuring and the rebuild, right? Yeah, this is super good. I feel really good about that card being there, actually. Because we are being shaken at our roots, with this beautiful king, this dear king of pentacles, the father, right? The patriarchal regime is being shaken at our roots from the top down. Huge. I almost don't want to keep going. Okay, so these here on the left side, which you can't really tell, but this is the left side. These are sort of the current past and the recent past, right? And they represent like now. This is now, but this represents like the activity of now. This is my reading anyway. This is the recent past. So both of these are recent past or now. Okay. And this is the farther past, like history of. Okay. And this is like now into the future, near future, and the far future, and then the full outcome. Okay? Now, at any point, if I feel that I need clarity about any of these, I will go ahead and pull another card. But right now, the energy of this deck is so potent, you guys, and it's new. I haven't used it very much, so I prayed into it and set intentions when I got it and programmed it very specifically for what I wanted it for. And so I only bring it out very occasionally to do very strong readings. One, because I don't need to do readings that much anymore, but also I felt compelled to do this tonight. So thank you for being with me. Okay, so now or recent past. 5 of Swords. Action, movement, fire, ambitions, dreams, goals, mind, right? And 5 is a very complicated sword. It's all about self-destruction and dismantling, right? So we are literally dismantling. It's cutting through. Let's see that. It's cutting through the cords. It's cutting the cords. Literally cutting the cords, you guys. Okay? So it's about dismantling and self-destruction and really letting go of those ideas that have kept us locked into the patriarchal system, right? And that is required of us right now, because if we are not willing to do that, right, we can't move into the next phase of embodiment. This is crucial. And 5 is all about massive movement and change, like swift change, sudden change, harsh change, fast moving locomotive vehicles rushing through, right? Big, big changes. Now also we have the alignments, the planetary alignments happening right now with Venus. I believe Venus just went retrograde this past couple of days. We have some really incredible planetary alignments happening, and so in Uranus, I believe it is, there's some really intense planetary alignments happening, which will support this completely and utterly, okay? So let's go into the recent past. So this is now. This is what's recent past and now up until this point, right? The Ace of Pentacles, and it's in a cracking... I love these cards, dude. Okay, so it's in a cracking wood cross-section. The cool thing about this, too, is that, Ace is the beginnings of something new, right? And Pentacles, of course, being money, possessions, This is giving us an opportunity to reassess our reality around our possessions, our jobs, our careers, how we present ourselves to the world. And I like that it's a cross-section of wood because that's a foundation, right? It's a foundation from which we can build upon. Prosperous beginnings, ace, right? Woo! I'm tempted to go over here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go here. So our far past, our history, is the 10 of Wands. The 10 represents burden, the hard road, struggle, strife, right? This has been our experience, whether we have been willing to admit it or not. We have been on this road for a really, really long time. Yeah? So that's our history. And we don't have to do that anymore. Hi, we don't have to do this now. We actually have a choice. We get to choose now. We've been slaves long enough. And this mass global awakening, planetary awakening, I can't say global, planetary awakening that's happening right now, programmed into the COVID-19 coronavirus, CV, whatever you want to call it, situation, pandemic, definitely, utterly is triggering a mass awakening. And that right there is such a profound moment in history. How we use this moment will determine everything about our future, everything about where we're going in the world, and everything about our reality, literally our physical reality and our psychological, mental, spiritual, and emotional reality stepping into this new frequency. So important, you guys. So important, okay? Whew! Super potent. Okay, moving on. Near future. Now into the near future. Let's go there. Okay? What's happening? What's coming? Woo! Nice. This is gorgeous. Look at that. The 10 of Cups. Harmony and joy. Look at the rainbows, yo. Sacred Geo rainbows shining on each other. The cups, the emotions. You know, the place within us where we find solace, where we find joy, where we find harmony and peace and grace and love. That's happening. That's coming in the near future. There's going to be a pop, right? Now remember though, before this happens, there's going to be some truth that comes down the pike that's not going to be comfortable at all. And we're going to have to really move through it and be willing to move through it. Just heads up, right? But again, we have at the base, at the root of all of this, we have the King of Pentacles, right? The Father of our existence, right? The deep roots, the grounding roots. Okay. So Ace of Swords. Huh. That's interesting because it's I didn't actually turn it, which I normally do turn them upright. But this one I didn't. For whatever reason, this is the near future. And look at the rainbow infinite spiral around the sword of truth, right? Of swift action. So truth, mental clarity, this is what this is. Mental clarity and truth, the Ace of Swords. It's all about seeing through the veil, you guys. Seeing through the veil. That's happening. We're getting to the acuity of truth. Woo! Nice. God, I love this. Okay, so the magician, right? Finally, we have a major arcana. We haven't had one yet. This is actually the first one. Okay, that's interesting to me. So this is, if you can see, the magician has control of all the elements. The pentacles, the swords, the wands, the cups, and the lion cat, the sword of power, right? Commanding the money, holding the emotions, an infinite heart, and laying down the wand at its feet. And behind its head, it has a burst of starlight, of sunlight behind its head. So the raw power, right? This is raw power, the transfer of power. Now, if you go back in my Facebook Lives, you can actually see where I talk about the raw transfer of power back on August 8th, 8/8, the Lion's Gate of 2019, okay? And you should probably watch that because that's literally what we're doing. That's what's happening. I predicted it. I talked about it. It was happening energetically last summer, okay? Very important. We are all the magicians. We all have the command of these elements. We are empowered here. And then finally, the outcome. Fascinating. So this was upside down. This is the cups, the 8 of cups, moving on, right? And it was upside down. So to me, that's interesting. I'm going to get some clarity about that, actually. Wow. That's fascinating. Daughter of Wands. Okay. Free spirit. Visionary. She's the visionary, right? Princess of Wands. The daughter. So it's about being free to move forward with our lives, with our realities, you know, like to not be held back by this patriarchal system, by this structure, but to be free to move forward in whatever way that we choose, you know, and to really honor that part of ourselves that is a free spirit and a visionary, and to engage with that energy. Because I think up until this point, we've been kind of waiting for permission, some of us, to, and by the way, hold on, I'll finish that thought. So we've been waiting for permission to just sort of shine, to come forward with our bigness, you know. And after this transpires, we're going to be in a lot better position to do that. Because the control matrix that is cracking and collapsing, bye-bye, is not going to have the ability to hold down those frequencies any longer, because the cosmic light that is being deposited on this planet right now is flooding and flushing the darkness out. So we need to remember that while we're in this transition, because it is a transition. It is not going to last. We are going to be okay. Regardless of how it appears and how the control measures that are being attempted at this moment in time, they will not succeed. I'm just going to say that right now. So, this feels really good. So I invite you to go back and listen to this because there's so much juiciness going on in here. My last Facebook Live, I will address that now. I took myself off Facebook off my phone a couple weeks ago now. And for the first week, I was pinned to my computer all night, every single night, couldn't even get off of it. It was insane. I was like addicted to the news and politics, and it's not like me to be that way, to be in the flow. I'm more in the flow, you know, like just, yeah, hey, I'll check it out, but I don't get caught up in it. And then I got censored. Right? I got censored on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Okay. Was not happy about that. So I decided that with all the changes that are happening and all the censorship that's taking place and well-respected people getting their videos taken down, their YouTube channels taken down, and all of that, I haven't had the propensity to actually do the work that I'm here to do and to speak on the level that I am meant to speak on because of these platforms. And I came to a very strong realization of that in a dream where I got direct guidance to stop with what I've been plugged into for 13 years. It's a long time. 13 years on one platform. I've developed a community here. I've developed a lot of people in my life. You know, I'm directly connected to them through this platform, right? Through Messenger. But I don't feel to continue. And I will not be censored. And I'm hoping by me transitioning into new platforms, I will be willing to speak my truth and be willing to say exactly what I need to say about a lot of things. And now is the time for my voice to be heard. So, having said that, I wanted to do a special moment in time with you guys. Yeah, just felt to go into ceremony with you, really, to just be present. I also just want to say that I love you. I love you. And this, by the way, is a mini condor feather. And good things are coming. And I'm excited, actually. I'm excited about being present with the new changes, the new energies that are coming, and to participate in the administration and development of the new world new earth, embodiment. Yeah, I believe that I will be on other social media platforms. I probably can't. I'm a social being. I don't think I can go completely off of it, but I am looking and researching into which platforms I choose to be on very specifically, and to how I want to funnel my information out to the world. It's come to that point where I feel very strongly about getting off of certain platforms and certain browsers, and um, finding free, energetically free, quiet messengers and things of that nature, so that the spread of information is very specific and cannot be messed with. And having been in the trenches and on the front lines for my entire life, really, but in terms of social media, from the beginning, I've been sort of a freedom fighter and a truth seeker and truth way shower, truth sayer, whatever you want to call it. It is imperative to me to really hone in on what serves the highest good in terms of the actual dissemination of information. And I imagine that that whatever I post could be shared on other platforms that are, other main platforms like this one or whatever, and that's fine. I just personally have no interest in being associated with this platform anymore. And I'm going to do my best to exit in a graceful way, because it's not about, making anyone wrong. It's about what I'm willing to have in my field energetically. That seems like the most important thing for me right now. And in the near future, the master magician must have dominion over his own raw power, his own sense of who he is in his sovereign beingness with his source energy. And so for me, that requires that I dismantle that which is disempowering to me and make make some choices about where my energy is and how it's spread out all over the place on all these different social media platforms, and just sort of streamline my communication a little bit more, so that it's more potent, actually, because I feel like I think we've scattered ourselves so completely, and we have literally fractured our consciousness through the engaging with social media. And for me, that makes it difficult for me to get things done, and I have a lot to get done right now, like a lot, moving forward into this next phase. So I just feel it's really important for me to not waste my energy or time in places or, in platforms that don't serve my highest good. And if I'm getting a message through a dream, I better be listening. I better be paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So I I am blessing y'all up so completely. I have no idea who's watching, but I love you and thank you for taking the time out of your day and your evening to be with me and to share sacred space with me. I appreciate that a lot. Like, not in the camera. Hi. Love you guys so much. There's another platform that is similar to Facebook. Starts with an M. And I'm going to check that out and see how I feel about it. And we'll see if I decide to go over there. I'm not going to say the name of it. And I will be on some kind of a YouTube platform, not YouTube, but another platform that allows me to post my videos. So keep sort of abreast. You can also contact me personally on Facebook Messenger to make sure that I have your information, your email and your phone number, because, you know, we could go into a phase where the internet goes down for a while, or something could happen on that level, and it would be really important to be able to contact each other, you know, at whatever point. So if you're interested in that, you can obviously contact me on Facebook Messenger, and I will make sure to connect with you from there. So I love you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day or evening. Blessings to you all, and I love you. Bye.